It says, fellas, I need some serious help. I need to get my girl back. I'm not a player at all, but her and I were planning on getting married later this year. But for the past couple years, she's going through some serious dark depression episodes from something horrible in college, and I've been doing my best to help her, but she had a full breakdown on Sunday. She said she doesn't want to be happy anymore or she got a typo. She doesn't want to, I'm assuming she doesn't want to be happy anymore. She doesn't want to drag me down and to find someone better than her. So she told him to find somebody better than her. And I know it's not another dude in the picture because we shared our phones 24/7, basically, when together. So he says I'm going to read this again. It says, I know it's not another dude in the picture because we shared our phones 24/7, basically, when we were together. She shared her location with me, so it's not that. This all happened over just a few hours before I was supposed to take her back to my place for a day or two from her apartment she shared with her sister. She had a long talk with her sister that night, and her sister hates my guts, so I think she convinced her to break up with me, possibly. Anyway, she's gone 100% incognito. Zero activity on any of her social media and hasn't responded to any calls or texts. Turned her location off, and I'm in a mess. When I was back to her apartment that night, she had everything I've ever gave her, including her ring and other jewelry too. She told me I've treated her better than anyone has ever treated her, but she's too depressed. This is a picture of her just for some of you guys that say she's not worth it. She's 1,000%. She 1,000% is worth it. What should I do? And I omitted the picture and I omitted my man's name. First of all, what my man tried to do, right? First and foremost, right? My man tried to excuse her behavior with mental health issues. A lot of you guys do that. And not just him. A lot of you guys hit me up like, oh, my girl going through some shit, and you try to trick me and trick yourself into excusing her behavior with mental health issues. Oh, my girl got bipolar, BPD, and she's got anxiety and shit. But, she's been treating me like this, and I'm just trying to be there for her. You guys have to understand that chicks do that. That's a con game. All right? That's a cop-out. Like my man said, that's a cop-out. That is a con game. Chicks do that shit to throw you off the scent so you can have sympathy for them, and you won't really hold them accountable. It'll put you in your Captain Save-A-Hole state, and they won't feel as guilty anymore. You see what I'm saying? That is a con game when chicks try to pull that, oh, I just been going through, and they play crazy around y'all and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop falling for that shit, fellas. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Chicks try to play mentally distraught and shit while they treating y'all like shit, and then y'all believe it, and then y'all use this to excuse their behavior. And the more you excuse their behavior, the more they do this shit. You know what I'm saying? They want you can have sympathy, and it's an excuse for their behavior. Stop falling for that shit. It's bullshit. It's a fucking con game. A crazy woman is crazy everywhere she go. Crazy people are truly, like I said in the last live, crazy people are crazy everywhere they fucking go. They don't turn it on and off. You understand? So that's first things first. That's first things first, fellas. My dude, you ain't fooling me with that. She been having, and y'all always preface the message with that. Oh, my girl got anxiety disorder. My girl was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder and shit. Like, I'm going to excuse this shit because you trying to trick yourself and she done tricked you. Nah, playboy. I always tell them, take that shit off the table. That ain't no fucking excuse. Right? So that's first things first. Stop falling for the goddamn okie doke. Stop falling for that shit. Number two, man, the second thing, this dude, it says, I've been doing my best to help her, right? When are you going to learn? Fellas, You can't save these HOs, bro. They don't want to be saved. If you can't help anybody who doesn't want to be helped, you basically gonna bring yourself down. I've been doing all I can to help her get out of it. You ain't no fucking licensed therapist. You can't help somebody, even if she did want to be helped. You don't have a psychology degree. You ain't no psychiatrist. Well, psychiatrists deal with medicine and shit. But anyway, you ain't no psychologist or psychiatrist, and you ain't no therapist. You can't help them, bruh. You can't help them. Stop trying to save a bitch, bro. You can't. And 9 times out of 10, she don't want to be saved. You notice in all of this message, this whole message that you wrote in this whole shit, you didn't put one time where she asked for help. She basically kicking you away. And remember, that's a cop out. That's bullshit. I'm depressed, so I'm gonna just let you go. When women are depressed, they want a man's company so they can drain him and make themselves feel better. They don't go through that shit by themselves. Women don't swallow depression in the room by themselves. They got somebody who they draining. Women don't want to be depressed and lonely. Then my man says that she says to find somebody better than her, right? Find somebody better than her. What that means is you need to kick rocks before I do you dirty. She basically saying, find somebody better than me because I'm doing you wrong right now. You just don't know how wrong I'm doing you. And before I do you any more dirtier, so I don't feel guilty and feel bad about myself, you should leave. See what I'm saying? She don't want to feel guilty from cheating. See what I'm saying? She don't want to feel guilty from cheating, so she's saying find somebody better than her because she knows she ain't shit. You get it? She knows she ain't shit. She know it 1000%. So yeah, find somebody better than her, man. You can do better than that. Then my man says, there was no other guys in the picture. I know because, we shared locations and I had her phone when she was with me. Number one, she don't live with you, bro. It literally takes 2 minutes to get fucked. That's all it takes. 2 minutes to get fucked. So, and what that means, because you got her phone, it's something called delete buttons. It's something called Vantage Mode on Instagram. It's something called Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? So understand that, bro. Listen, man. I don't know why y'all. Well, I'm pretty sure. I know for 100% it was nobody else. I know that makes you sleep better at night, but listen, they're 100% somebody else. First, the thing that you guys need to understand is a female is not going to leave you to be lonely unless you're abusing her. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's not going to leave you to be lonely. When a female breaks up with you, there is somebody else 99.9% of the time. That other 0.01% is if you're abusing her or if you were cheating on her and she looked down on you and shit and she ain't got no respect and you keep disrespecting her. But if she just leave you because you being weak and she just dump you and shit and she break up with you because she needs space and all that, women ain't gonna leave you to be lonely. I really need that to get y'all that through y'all head. Women have a fear of loneliness and they're not going to be alone. Most women don't have the strength to be alone. They're not gonna leave you to be by themselves. Trust me. And like I said, just because she asks you, she give you access to the phone, it don't mean shit. It don't mean a hill of beans, my dude. That shit don't mean shit. All she got to do is delete her messages. It takes 5 minutes to get fucked. That's it. 2 minutes to get fucked. That's all it takes. And your girl is out of there. It's 100% another dude. And then my man say, she's going 100% incognito. Let me tell you why she went 100% incognito. That's because she's putting all her energy into somebody else. When women, let me tell you something about women. When they find a new guy that they into, you don't hear from them on social media. The social media is done. They put all their efforts, all them thirst traps and all that shit. They don't need to do all that shit no more. They don't need to post for attention anymore because they got it now. So when you see a woman get missing on social media, the culprit is another dude. Whether it's your girlie, I always know when a woman is getting out of a relationship on my friends list, or just getting into a relationship because they go missing, or they start to pop up from nowhere. Where if they pop up from nowhere, they just got out of a relationship, or their relationship is going sour. When they ass get missing, you scroll through your feed like, damn, I wonder what's up. What happened to Keisha? I ain't seen Keisha in a long time. Keisha is gone incognito because she's got this newfound love, this new puppy love shit, and all her attention is on her man, and it's not on social media. This is what women do. And if it's women in the chat, let them know that I'm not lying. When women get a new man and a new boo, they disappear from social media. So that's why she went incognito, my dude. She's incognito because she's busy with another dude. Then my man say, I've treated her better than anyone else have ever treated her. Think about this, right? If a woman ever tell you this, fellas, you know, you've treated me better than anybody else has ever treated me. That's a huge red flag, right? That's a huge red flag. That means she's garbage and everybody else knows it. You the fool. You know what I'm saying? When you get women that say, oh, you know, I ain't never been treated like, oh, you treat me the best, and that means everybody else know that she garbage and they treating her accordingly. So you should probably treat her accordingly. I'm not saying mistreat people, but be careful about who you roll in the red carpet to, because clearly they're not going to appreciate it. Only women who've had this type of treatment gonna take to it and be receptive, open to it. She's clearly not open to this type of treatment because she don't let you, the first person that did it. Nobody else is treating her like this because nobody else feels that she's deserving of this based on the way that she carries herself. Damn, you ain't never been in a relationship? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, that's a huge, whenever you hear a woman say that, your antenna should go up. Your antenna should go up whenever you hear a woman say some shit like that. Nobody never treated me like that before. You the only guy that's ever treated me. They've been be the biggest sluts in the world, bro. For real. And everybody else knows it. She used to dealing with players. That's another thing. When you hear women say shit like that, they used to dealing with players. So you probably the sucker. You probably the sucker in her life, and you don't want to be that sucker. You feel me? And the last thing, right? He says he thinks her sister convinced her to leave him. Playboy, let me tell you something. If a woman likes you, if a woman is into you, Jesus can come down and tell her in her ear, in her face to leave him, and she will never do it. There have been many a women who have defiled their own family, who have left their own families behind some fucking man. If a woman likes you, there's nothing anybody can tell her about you, and she follows that shit. This is how women. This is a good thing about women. You can really own their souls. Trust me, because I've seen this a lot dealing with women that I deal with. There's nothing her whole family could be like, he ain't shit. I seen him cheating, whatever, and she will be like, y'all, I don't give a fuck. Mind your business. Stay out my business. Don't come. Women will not defame. Women will beef with their own families about their fucking man. Every last one of them. That's complete bullshit. Her sister convinced her. If she likes you, she's really into you like that, there's nothing nobody can say. God can come down, or whatever you believe, God can come down and look her dead in the face and say, leave him, and she won't do it. You dig what I'm saying? So always remember that. That's like the third time this week that I've heard a guy say that somebody convinced their girl to leave them. So I just want to let y'all know that when a woman is into you, a woman likes you, there's nothing that nobody can tell her to make her leave you. She can go to her family. She can go to a family gathering with a black eye. She can go to a family gathering with a black fucking eye, and they'll say, "You better leave him," and she'll be like, "We was playing basketball and he elbowed me," or "Well, I hit him first." She'll make up all kind of excuses. She'll argue with her family and everything.